Lev Parnas did not testify in Trump-Ukraine scandal. Will he be involved in Biden's dismissal? Lev Parnas was a central figure in Ukrainian scandal that led to first impeachment of then-President Trump, and is at heart of current investigation into President Joe Biden. Trump held a rally in Pickens, SC on Saturday, July 1. Ken Ruinard, Greenville News BOCA RATON. Lev Parnas tells the story from his point of view, regardless of whether the congressional panel wants to listen. A central figure in 2019 Ukrainian scandal that led to first impeachment of then-President Donald Trump. Man now explains insights and details about diplomatic nonconformity that is at heart of current investigation into President Joe. But this is a message that Republicans of the House of Representatives, intent on revealing the so-called Biden crime family, may not be willing to broadcast to U.S. voters. Parnas said, "The whole purpose and the Biden issue was never about achieving justice, getting to the root of Biden's guilt, or conducting investigations in Ukraine. The whole point was announce an investigation and use it in the media to destroy the Biden campaign and get Trump win." This claim was adjudicated Trump's criminal investigation and his hearing, which was seen the U.S. Senate early 2020, which resulted the president's acquittal. But Parnas, 51-year-old Boca Raton resident, reveals a complete story, in his own words, with added information, at critical point when his attempt to dismiss Biden enters the risky 2024 election year. Parnas admits that all this means a costly escape that ultimately helps Ukraine to be at the target of U.S. politics. It seems unlikely that the House of Representatives Oversight Committee and its Republican president, Kentucky, U.S. Representative James Comer, would listen to what Parnas said. But Parnas takes his case to the American public. In December, he will publish a book called Shadow Diplomacy, followed by a podcast called Lev Remembers. He is also collaborating on a documentary. He said the common denominator among all productions was a singular narrative aimed at revealing the truth about what was happening in Trump and Ukraine. All this happened because of a person who wanted to stay in power, who didn't want to give up power, he said. The birth of the Ukrainian scandal was a phone call, but not as you have heard among distortions described in the preliminary publication, which is a limited version of Shadow Diplomacy, was a telephone conversation in Ukraine that launched so-called political witch hunt that lasted for 5 years. In fall 2018, Parnas, his partner, Igor Fruman, were busy building global networks and Trump administration connections to put energy trading research companies on a solid financial footing. Parnas writes that Trump, one of his key contacts in ministration, works with his confidant Rudy Giuliani. The duo visited the Grand Havana Room, a venue in Manhattan, frequently, where Parnas wrote